Hi there everyone, it's Anthony, and it is time for another reaction to The Walking Dead. So this is season 1, episode 2, Guts, and I enjoyed the first episode. You know, it left us off with Rick trapped in the tank, hearing that voice on the radio. So I'm looking forward to seeing who that was and to seeing if Rick is ever going to get reunited with his family. I've got a feeling that's not going to happen this episode, but maybe it will. Guts puts me in the mind of gore and stuff, so, you know. We've already seen a little bit of that, so I'm imagining we're about to see some more. So let's go ahead and hop into it. The Walking Dead, Season 1, Episode 2, Guts. Or are we with the guys with like Shane and all them again? Looks like it.
They're too far. Stay within shouting distance. And if you see anything, holler. I'll come running.
Yes, Mom.
Could y'all please explicitly state your names? I'm trying to figure out, is this Lori and Carl or whatnot? Oh, that startled me, because I only heard it on this side. That actually really startled me, that twig. Oh my gosh. Is that Shane? Who is that? Yeah, that's Shane. Out in the woods. Guess that's where they gotta go. Is that something Rick gave her? Dang, y'all couldn't have brought a mat or something though? Oh, we're back with Rick.
You're surrounded by walkers. That's the bad news.
What's the good news?
No.
Listen,
He
whoever
didn't
you
know.
are, I don't.
Yeah. I'd say make a run for it.
How? For the run. Okay, that's like 4. 1, 2, 3. No, that was 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, I think, 9, 10, 11.
Not dead! Come on, come on!
So they don't know how to climb, or they're not strong enough.
Nice moves there, Clint Eastwood.
Rick, thanks.
Glenn, you're welcome.
This is Glenn. Glenn. I finally met the infamous Glenn. They came ready. They got a system. They got a good system.
I gotta kill you.
You're not gonna take them all out, man. Took that one out though. It's a waste of bullets. I just love the fact this is in Atlanta. That's so cool to me.
You ought to be more polite to a man with a gun. I'll tell you today, Mr. Yo, it's the day I take orders from a nigger.
Ooh.
Come on, bro, that's enough.
Come on.
Ah, dang.
Get off him.
What is up with this Dixon guy? Hey, might as well shoot him. That was disrespectful.
Charge!
Let's push him off the roof.
I vote me. Anybody else? Anybody?
Yeah.
Thank you. Put him in his place, Rick.
Where are you, man?
Officer friendly.
Pulling together, not apart.
Screw you, man.
He's like, can I get permission to put a bullet in this dude's head? I know y'all are friends.
Polite to a man with a gun.
Ooh, took his line back. Flipped it on him.
Pride!
Yeah, this ain't the type of guy to take a lesson. Like,
Pig! You hear me?
Yeah.
he's not gonna
Me,
get, you know, that type of treatment and then just be like, okay, I learned my lesson. Like,
You're not Atlanta PD. Covers?
yo, you can still see the Georgia Dome. That's a throwback. That ain't around no more.
No.
Next time, though, take the safety off. Don't shoot otherwise.
That's awkward. She thought she was threatening him.
Anybody
And
else?
he's like, the safety's on.
You get me out of these cuffs, and I'll be all Sammy Sunshine positive for you.
Now, why would he do that?
Your kind and my kind ain't meant to mix. That's all.
Like, what century is this dude from?
Work together, parlay, as long as there's some kind of mutual.
I mean, obviously, there's
involved.
plenty of people like him that exist in real life today, and I wonder what century any of them are from.
So,
that cop.
Like,
when he
come
comes
on,
back
man.
up, huh?
Keep up with the times. Yo, and he's eating the rat.
Would it be considered looting?
At this point,
Don't think those rules apply anymore. Do you?
what if he was just like, okay, now you're under arrest? Uh-oh. Here's zombie. Don't shoot at him yet.
If they catch you, they eat you.
They can tell us by smell.
Can't you?
They smell dead, we don't. It's pretty distinct.
Gotta make themselves smart. Oh my god.
Good job, baby.
Oh my gosh.
Later.
I don't know if I can do this, keep this reaction up. Oh my gosh, this.
Everybody got gloves?
Ugh,
Don't get
that smell. Oh my gosh, if you didn't know, I've got, one of the smell-o-visions, my computer, like, it gives the smell that is, being portrayed on screen. Oh my gosh. Dude, that's not helping.
Evil, what is wrong with
Glenn, come on, don't vomit. That ain't helping either. Like, that's just making, now we smell your vomit too.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this feels like just like spraying air freshener in a room that stinks.
you
Like,
make it back, be ready.
Like,
What
yeah, they're
about
gonna
Merle
stink, but
Dixon?
will they still smell like they're coursing blood and stuff underneath all of that, or will it cloak it well enough? Hey, y'all kind of cheaped out though. You gotta cover your face too, man. What is Metro Local? I guess they couldn't show MARTA. Yeah, that is not what a public transit bus looks like in Atlanta.
3, 2, 1, push.
Oh, that is Carl. Okay.
Start it over.
I'll see the subtitles say Carl, so
Make your pee.
now I know for sure. Yo, back up. Like, what's your set? Where are you from? Uh-oh, the rain's gonna wash them off. Go. Again, no music. I love how that show does that.
Those roll-up doors at the front of the store facing the street. Meet us there and be ready.
Snap. Now they playing music. It's getting intense.
You can't leave me here, not like this. You can't, man. It's not human. Come on. Don't do this.
Yeah, it's the right thing to do, I guess. Oh, snap. Oh my gosh.
Don't leave me, man. Don't
Give him,
leave me.
I guess just give him one of the tools.
I'm sorry. You liar.
I mean, that guy was a terrible person. It's like, at the same time, just like, I still always care about people, so I'm like, dang. It sucks that he's gonna be stuck up there now. Come on, come on, come on. Hurry up, let's go. Yeah, man, I can't help but feel bad for that guy. Woo! That was crazy, man. I like that episode. Like, I like the first episode, but I like that episode probably even more, I think, just because it just was so exciting and so, like, I don't know, like, remember how I said I was kind of wanting things to be a little bit lighter? In a way, this kind of was what I meant. Like, it wasn't, like, lighter, like, it was, like, funny or comedy or something, but it just felt like, I don't know, maybe it was because it was more people around. I guess I felt more emotions than just, like, despair or something. So, like, yeah, this was a really fun episode to me. I thought it was really cool, and it's actually got me even more, I already liked the first one, and I liked the series, but I was like, so I wonder how much I'm really gonna like this, like, long term though. But this episode has definitely made me even more excited to watch this. So we didn't see Morgan and Dwayne again this episode, so I'm wondering if they're gonna come back or if they were just in the pilot or I guess the first episode, I should say. or if like they're gonna be, you know, returning later. I don't know. I guess we'll see. But we did get introduced to a gang of new characters, you know, especially specifically Glenn, you know, the infamous, who I, you know, obviously have heard of before. So I was looking forward to actually seeing him, and I can already tell why. It sounds like people like him because he seemed like a pretty cool character. Like from what I saw so far, he was one of my favorite parts of this episode, and you know, it just felt like he just brought a new energy to the show that, you know, that I really enjoyed. And I liked Rick in this episode. It felt like we got to see, you know, they already gave us indicators in the last episode that he's kind of like, you know, a natural born leader, somebody that's going to take initiative and like, you know, guide people through things. And, you know, he showed that again this episode. I really like the way he kind of, you know, put Dixon in his place, because the rest of them, it seemed like they were just kind of, you know, they were trying to help. What's his name? Morales. I kind of forgot his name, to be honest, but quick correction, his name was T-Dog. Morales was the other guy. They were trying to, you know, help him and defend him, but they weren't really offensively going against Dixon or putting him in his place, which, I mean, I guess I can understand why, since he seemed like he was kind of a pretty intimidating guy, maybe. Then Rick came in, like, because I was sitting there thinking, I was like, where's Rick? I was like, can Rick just do something to this man? Like, I know he doesn't know him as well as them, but, you know. Then Rick came in, put him in his place. I thought that was pretty cool. I was kind of torn about the Dixon thing, you know, being chained up and then basically left to die there. I mean, like, in a way, I mean, unless he can get out of that, but even still, the door got locked, so, like, how is he going to get off the roof? But that also means they can't get up to him, but there's no food or anything up there. I don't know, like, I was thinking maybe, you know, he could have at least left him, like, just, like, I know he tried to. I guess he was just so frantic. So, because I was thinking just give him the key or whatever. Just leave the key there so he can reach it and do it himself, or, like, leave one of those tools there after the key dropped that he can maybe use to break it. I don't know. But at the same time, I mean, it's not like I'm, like, saying, I don't know. Like, I always feel bad for people no matter what, even if they're a terrible person. I would have at least wanted him to have a chance to get out. But I understood, like, it's not like I'm, like, vilifying the other dude, Morales or whatever. Again, correction, T-Dog, not Morales. Because, I mean, you know, you can tell he was very sorry that he wasn't able to help him too. And I hope that doesn't make them look at him differently and think that they can't trust him or something. Because, I mean, you know, it's not like he purposely, you know, dropped the key and sabotaged Dixon or whatnot. Not saying Dixon wouldn't have deserved it, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't know. And I guess I would have hoped that after he freed Dixon and, you know, didn't just leave him there to die, that Dixon would have turned around and, like, you know, maybe been a nicer person, but that probably wouldn't have happened anyway. Like I said, he doesn't seem like the kind of guy to learn a lesson or to change his ways. So, I don't know, man. He was probably going to die at another point anyway. Or maybe he's not going to die. I mean, he was probably going to die. If he had left there, he probably would have died at some other point. And it's a zombie apocalypse. I mean, your chances of dying are much greater than living at this point. But, I don't know, man. Maybe he'll still live somehow. And then we'll run into him some point later in the series. And they'll be like, how did you survive? I don't know. I guess we'll see. So I definitely know now that Lori and Carl are the two at that other camp. Like, and sorry if they had said their names sometime before. It was in the subtitles sometime before and I missed it. But I just kept on not being sure. But that's what I was thinking. But yeah, I totally understand that now. So yeah, it looks like Lori and Carl are there at the camp. But Lori is cheating on Rick with Shane. She probably thinks Rick is dead at this point. So I guess I understand it. It's definitely going to be sad if Rick, you know, finally finds them, catches up with them, and then, you know, finds that out. That's gonna hurt, and I guess we'll see what her response to that will be when we get there. It's at least good to know that they're all right, and, you know, Rick will probably meet up with them eventually. It was definitely cool being in Atlanta this episode, although I kind of have a feeling that might not be a super common thing. Just considering the fact that they just saw how it is in Atlanta, and it's not smart to be there, so they're probably gonna go back, you know, to the kind of the more, what do they call it, up the road type places or whatever. And also just because, I don't know, like, I mean, I know, like, when they film, you know, I'm guessing they just have to, like, get certain areas of the street shut down or whatnot so they can film in that certain section and everything, which, you know, is, I'm sure, somewhat of a hassle. So yeah, I wouldn't imagine that just, like, everything is going to be happening in Atlanta and everything. So, But I hope there is going to be more parts in Atlanta, because it was definitely fun. Kind of just, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I see some stuff in Atlanta, but I don't know. I feel like I don't see that much stuff that's set in Atlanta. And when it is set in like Georgia, I mean, when it is filmed in Georgia, it's sometimes not actually set in Georgia, like story-wise, especially Atlanta. So like seeing Atlanta and stuff was just cool for me, because I also like the TV show Atlanta for that reason, because I see a lot of spots that are similar. And the show Ozark, a newer show on Netflix, that's filmed in Georgia at like Atlanta and Lake Lanier or in Lake Altoona, I think. And like I've seen so many spots that I recognize in that show. Like even the high school in that show is my old high school's old building, and I used to go over there to do like okay, that's irrelevant. But anyway, long story short, it was cool seeing Atlanta here and all those familiar places as somebody from Atlanta. So I'm looking forward to seeing how long Rick is going to be with this group now. Is this going to be like kind of a core group that's going to be on the show moving forward? Or, I mean, he did just gain their trust, I hope, even though he brought that whole horde to them. He got them out too, so I know that doesn't completely make up for it, but that's a start, like the lady said. So, hopefully they'll be able to stick together and, keep each other safe a little bit more. And it sounded like, one of them was the sister of that Amy or whatnot at the camp, I think her name was. So hopefully everybody meets back up together and it's just a happy ending. And, this is like the last episode of Baddies. And then the next 10 plus seasons of this show is just going to be everybody being happy. But we all know that would make for terrible television. So I can't wait to see what terrible things happen to these characters next. But until then, comment down below what you thought about this episode. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more. And be sure to head over to my Patreon if you want to see the full uncut reaction videos to The Walking Dead. That's going to be it for now, y'all. See you later.